Chapter 266. The purple scythe called out to its master, not expecting that its master had been following and observing it. At this moment, the dinosaur was tightly bound by the space tree roots, its bones crushed and its entire body subjected to a terrifying force. It let out a long roar of pain. Its information panel appeared. Void Clan, mutated level 4 transcended, innate talent. Hunger. Using hunger as its foundation, it can devour anything, making itself stronger. Special abilities. Bone Spike. Transforming the structure of bones into sharp spikes that pierce through the body. Ripping Bite. Can widen its mouth horrifyingly, devouring everything. Sharp Scream. Produces a piercing sound that can penetrate the soul. High Jump. Leaps over impossible obstacles with a superhuman body. Diamond Muscles. Muscles as hard as diamond. Extreme Regeneration. Wounds gradually heal, with terrifying regenerative power. The dinosaur opened its mouth wide and bit down hard on the trunk of the divine tree. What was it trying to do? It seemed that a stream of spiritual power was being drawn into its mouth. The divine tree had its mouth locked around the dinosaur's neck. At that moment, the divine tree realized, this bastard is trying to absorb my spiritual power? This creature had another title, the 17th King of the Void. It belonged to the Hunger Clan. The massive divine tree looked down with contempt, silently thinking, "You will never take anything from me." In that instant, the divine tree erupted with pale, green spiritual energy, surging from its body in torrents, beginning the process of digesting its prey. The dinosaur realized its entire body felt as if it were being pierced by thousands of needles. It roared in agony, the desperate scream of a dying beast. Naturally, its cries weakened as its life force drained away, but it seemed like it wasn't just dying. Was it transforming? The divine tree summoned the system panel and checked the enemy's abilities again. Ultimate Absorption, a skill that allows it to absorb the hunger abilities of void beasts, further increasing its strength and enabling it to perfectly absorb anything. As expected, the creature was evolving directly in the face of adversity, proving itself to be a formidable entity, even surprising the divine tree. However, in its current state of being digested, escape was impossible. Death was inevitable. Yet, even as it moved to kill the creature in this way, the divine tree felt a slight tinge of regret. To be honest, the disciples with void attributes under the divine tree were still too few. The divine tree began to imagine the power of this mutated beast rampaging on the battlefield. It would be a great tool for invading other planets. The more it fought, the stronger it would become. If released on Earth, it would undoubtedly cause a mass extinction event. The divine tree's eyes turned golden, a sign of greed awakening inside. First, it would seal the beast's power and imprison it within its own void space. It couldn't let it go to waste. One must remember, other mutated beasts had to endure grueling training to grow strong. But this one only needed to eat, a truly fitting title for the 17th King of the Void Clan. And so, the roots wrapped around the dinosaur's mouth and body, slowly pulling it into the void space. The Mantis sighed, remarking how difficult it was to deal with just the 17th ranked creature. One could only imagine how strong the beast ranked above it must be. Incidentally, after evolving, the Mantis looked incredibly bloodthirsty, more and more resembling one of those alien monsters from TV, with a diamond-shaped head and terrifying teeth. Looking at its increasingly ugly companion, the divine tree couldn't help but sigh. Yet the Mantis had awakened a new skill, blood drain. It allowed it to drain the blood of its enemies to recover spiritual power and heal, and even gain experience points to evolve. The divine tree didn't respond to the Mantis. It was a question that couldn't be answered. Instead, it simply said, "Let's go, we've wasted too much time already." And the two of them departed. At Misty Mountain, a fierce lightning strike descended powerfully onto Arena 1. The iron-armored rhinoceros was enduring an incredible electric attack from none other than a snow bear, which had evolved into a thunder bear. After that strike, the rhinoceros lay motionless in a huge crater. Its eyes had rolled back, leaving it unconscious and obviously incapable of fighting. The referee declared the Thunder Bear the winner. By the way, does anyone know where these human referees came from? Another human referee, Yinxing, was present. My guess is they were either hired through Shaolin or are individuals who signed blood contracts with the Divine Tree, becoming members of Misty Mountain. Arena 1 continued with the next match, as the contestants unleashed their powers. It seemed like a great wave had just swept across the battlefield. The strange mutated beast extended its tentacles, which could stretch for tens of meters, chasing its enemy. Its opponent had no choice but to abandon the ground and leap into the air to dodge. It's Longer. With impressive speed, he prepared to counterattack with a powerful strike, his hand glowing red with spiritual energy. Dragon Claw, he roared as he unleashed the move. Not bad at all. The spiritual energy amplified, slashing straight into the mutated beast, spraying blood and even severing several of its tentacles. The referee declared, Longer wins. After the fight, the boy burst into tears, having never struggled as much as he did today. The opponents were getting stronger, and even though he was winning consecutively, he had only ranked 108th so far. This is the overall scene of their battleground, with many arenas, enough to hold dozens of battles within a short time. Longer glanced at the leaderboard and thought to himself, I'm only ranked 82, and even that three-eyed tribe member is only in the top 50. This competition was proving to be overwhelming, and Longer now doubted whether he could ever obtain the light orb. At the top of a high mountain stood a strange artifact, shaped like a demonic hand, where the nine-tailed fox elder was observing everything. The nine-tailed fox immediately recognized the red-haired boy below as a human with great potential. Although his current ranking wasn't high, she knew he had not yet unleashed his true power. With her extremely sensitive spiritual energy perception, she could sense a terrifying power hidden deep within the boy. The Ox Demon, hearing this, became curious as well, saying he's already in the top 108. They fight and score points, and in the end, their rankings will be decided by these points. Things will only get more intense from here on out. Soon, he'll have no choice but to reveal his true strength if he wants to advance. The Thunder Dragon also watched intently, suddenly noticing something from Longer's gaze. Damn it, don't tell me these two are connected. I suspected something when Longer used my dragon technique. Meanwhile, a giant snake had just lost to the sharp jaws and powerful body of the steel lizard, which successfully climbed to rank 72, while the fire-scaled snake dropped to 77. The referee read the next contestant's name from the tablet. By the way, it seems the artist is getting sponsored by Huawei, but I personally don't care for that. The contestant, the Purple Tiger, stepped into the arena, and its opponent was none other than the giant titan. Ching Chong was shocked. Did the Purple Tiger really face someone in the top 10 so soon? The Ox Demon confirmed, yes, it's true. Both have won 24 matches and only lost one. Longer was immediately drawn to Arena 9, where a battle between the Titan and the Purple Tiger was taking place. Both had already proven themselves to be masters among masters. Longer felt somewhat lucky. He was glad not to face them. After all, he wasn't confident about going up against one ranked 7th and the other ranked 8th. Just then, a snow-white foot appeared in front of him. His instinct screamed that this opponent was no ordinary foe. Their arrival carried the breath of death itself. Longer wanted to curse. He had dodged rank 7 and 8, but now he had encountered the Arctic Fox, rank number 1. The Cheesy brothers were sitting outside, snacking. The fat panda next to them munched loudly, saying, "It's over. That human is done for." Meanwhile, the nine-tailed fox's eyes lit up with excitement, eager to watch an incredible fight. End of chapter 266.